The African savanna stretches out like a golden sea of grass, dotted with umbrella-shaped acacia trees. This vast ecosystem is one of the largest on Earth, a stage upon which some of the planet's most iconic wildlife dramas play out each day. The climate here is defined by extremes. A wet season of intense rains and a dry season of parched earth. For about half the year, monsoon storms nourish the land with 50 to 120 centimeters of rain, turning the plains lush green. In the dry season, those same grasses fade to brittle gold, and watering holes shrink under the relentless sun. Yet even in hardship, life finds a rhythm. Elephants, the largest land mammals on Earth, trek across the plains in matriarchal herds, carving paths to watering holes remembered over generations. Each footstep they take aerates the soil, and each tree branch they break promotes new growth. The elephants unwittingly act as gardeners of the savanna. Giraffes browse calmly at the treetops, their long purple tongues delicately stripping leaves from thorny acacias. Below, herds of herbivores abound. Zebras with striking black and white stripes, no two patterns alike. Massive Cape buffalo grazing in the morning light, and herds of wildebeest gathering on the horizon. As the sun climbs higher and the temperature rises, many animals seek shade or refuge. A pride of lions lounges under a thorn tree, golden coats blending with the dry grass. The lionesses nap now, but their amber eyes remain watchful. By dusk, they will be active, skilled hunters coordinating with silent teamwork. Nearby, a tower of giraffes stands vigilant. Their great height makes them early warning sentinels for the herds. In burrows below ground, meerkats and warthogs escape the midday heat, dozing in the cool earth. Overhead, the cloudless sky shimmers. A lone martial eagle soars on a thermal, scanning the ground for any movement of prey. This ecosystem thrives on balance. Plant eaters like gazelles, antelope, and wildebeest mow the grasses, and in doing so prevent overgrowth. Predators, lions, cheetahs, leopards, hyenas, keep those herds healthy by culling the weak or the sick. Even the aftermath of a kill feeds the savanna. Vultures wheel down to pick bones clean, and dung beetles roll up what's left to nourish the soil. Nothing is wasted in nature's grand recycling scheme. One of the most spectacular events here is the Great Migration. As the dry season intensifies and local grass wanes, hunger compels movement. Up to 1.5 million wildebeest gather, accompanied by hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles. In a thundering mass, they follow ancient pathways across the Serengeti plains toward fresher grazing in the Masai Mara. It is a journey of peril and purpose. Clouds of red dust rise as hooves pound the earth. At swollen rivers, the herds hesitate. The water hides danger. Suddenly, they surge forward, plunging into the current en masse. This is the most treacherous chapter of the migration. Powerful Nile crocodiles lurk beneath the surface, jaws agape. With explosive force, a crocodile lunges and clamps onto a struggling wildebeest. Others are swept away by the current. Yet most press onward, scrambling up the opposite bank to safety. The river's toll is harsh, but the migration must continue. On the far side, survivors will feast on new grass brought by recent rains and replenish their strength for the return journey months later. Evening settles on the savanna with a palette of fiery oranges and purples. The heat of the day gives way to cooler air, and nocturnal creatures stir. A hyena's whooping call echoes across the plains while the first stars appear. From a clump of bushes, a pair of African wild dogs emerges, sniffing the breeze. These endangered canines live and hunt in tight-knit packs, famed for their stamina and cooperation. Under the dimming sky, the pack fans out, communicating with high-pitched chirps. They've detected a lone impala and begin a tireless chase, their painted coats flickering through the grass. Tonight, the wild dogs might succeed where the lions failed, securing a hard-earned meal for their pups back at the den. As darkness deepens, the savanna reveals a different cast. A pride of lions is on the prowl, golden eyes glinting in the moonlight. The matriarch leads her sisters in a wide arc around a herd of unwary zebras. Closer, closer. Then with a burst of speed, the lionesses spring from cover. Muscles rippling, dust flies and zebra hooves drum a frantic alarm. In the confusion, a young zebra stumbles. Within seconds, the lionesses overpower it. The savanna falls quiet again as the pride feeds. What they leave will sustain jackals and hyenas by morning. By the first light of dawn, the cycle continues. New life begins as well. A wildebeest gives birth to a calf on the open plain. In mere minutes, the newborn is standing on wobbly legs, ready to run with the herd. Over by the waterhole, elephants have arrived at daybreak. Calves trumpet and splash under the watch of towering mothers, while bulls tussle playfully at the water's edge. Small birds flit in to pick insects off the elephants' backs, a harmonious partnership. Overhead, the sky brightens to a brilliant blue, promising another hot day. The African savanna is often called nature's grand arena, and rightly so. Here on these sun-soaked grasslands, the great pageant of life unfolds in plain view, raw and unscripted. It's a world where survival is earned daily, and every creature has a role to play in the balance of the ecosystem. From the mighty elephant to the industrious dung beetle, from the stealthy lion to the swift gazelle, all are bound together in the savanna's community. This is the circle of life. Set to the rhythm of the rains and the turning of the seasons, in the timeless theater of the African plains,